The Audi R8 range is pretty simple right now. You have a choice of the V10 or the V10 Plus. This one is the V10 Plus, and we've got the V10 Plus of course because it's the fastest one. Now the 5.2 litre V10 engine behind me develops 602 brake horsepower.
The V10 Plus will go from 0 to 62 mph in 3.2 seconds, which is, by the way, faster than the McLaren F1. It'll also hit 205 miles an hour, making it the first production Audi to top 200.
Now the old R8, that was a quick thing, there is no doubt about it, but this is just on a whole nother level. You now get this surge at the top end as you're pinned back in your seat and the whole scenery outside goes blurry like you're in the Millennium Falcon or something. I'm afraid there's bad news on the gearbox front, as there is only the option of Audi's S-Tronic 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. Now there's a good reason why Audi don't offer the manual anymore, and that's because no one bought it. In fact, over the last 3 years, Audi sold 1% of its R8s with a manual gearbox, so you kind of can forgive them for getting rid of it. And the thing is, what we're left with, that 7-speed DCT, it really is something quite magnificent. One of the best automatic gearboxes out there at the minute. It was already pretty good, but for the R8, it gets a software update, so the changes are faster than ever. Want to see how quick? Well, here we go. There you go, there's your gear change.
If the regular R8 isn't quite hardcore enough for you, why not buy yourself the LMS racing version? It will set you back around £260,000, which, when you think about it, you could almost call reasonable. Unlike the road car, it's rear-wheel drive only due to FIA GT3 regulations, and is clad in carbon fibre reinforced body panels. All this, plus a stripped-out interior, means it's over 300 kilograms lighter than the road car. It's a car that's already proven itself on track with a factory-entered LMS, winning last year's Nürburgring 24 Hours and the 12 Hours of Sepang.
This particular R8 will set you back £134,500. Now for that you could get yourself a McLaren 570S just about, a Porsche 911 Turbo, and although we don't know exactly how much it's going to cost, you'll probably be able to get the new NSX for that. But there's something that links all three of those cars, and that's that each and every one of them are turbocharged. But there's no turbos for the R8. We still have that fantastic 5.2 litre naturally aspirated V10. What this means is a lovely smooth power delivery, great throttle response, and the noise, well, I'll let you be the judge of that. Now if I was in something like a McLaren 570S or maybe a Porsche 911 of some description, I might be having a tiny bit more fun, but not much more, I don't think, because this R8 is a riot, it really is. It has Audi's dynamic steering system fitted, and what that does is it varies the steering ratio depending on how exactly you're driving. Now, I will admit it does feel a little bit unnatural, but there's no denying that it's really, really quick. And once you punch it into race mode, it's quite nicely weighted, otherwise it can be a bit light, but you can just tuck the nose in exactly how you want it and really throw it about. And of course we have Quattro four-wheel drive, which means traction out of the corners is really quite ridiculous. Now, I have had a few hints of understeer today, but overall this really is a rear-led car in the way it handles.
The R8's incredible on-road ability is all down to the stuff you can't see. At the rear we have a conventional locking mechanical differential, while the diff at the front has a fancy electro-hydraulic clutch, replacing the viscous one on the old car. The R8 can send up to 100% of power to the rear and 100% of its power to the front if required. While we're peeling away the skin, let's have a look at the chassis. It's a space frame design, and like the mid-mounted V10, it's something the R8 shares with the Lamborghini Huracan. Thanks to its aluminium and carbon fibre reinforced polymer construction, it's 40% lighter than it used to be.
Like the Audi TT, this has what Audi calls its virtual cockpit. So all the sat-nav and the media system, everything is within the screen behind the steering wheel. What that means is the whole dashboard is now a lot neater. We've not got a horrible screen stuck on here. And we have these amazing heater controls. Oh, they're just, can I call heater controls sexy? Is that normal?
I thought so.
Not normal?
No.
Not normal, okay.
Any supercar worth its salt should have some expensive and slightly silly options, and the R8 is no different. Want to buy some carbon fibre bits for the engine bay? That's £2,950 please. A pair of laser headlights? That'll be £3,000. Perhaps you'd like some Audi exclusive carpet that's only £1,750, or maybe some diamond stitched Alcantara headlining for £2,400. You can even have the interior of the luggage compartment coated in Alcantara for a mere £1,650. All told, you can add about £28,000 of options to the R8, which is about the same as you'd pay for a brand new Audi S1. With options. When the second generation R8 was released, many, including myself, weren't convinced by the looks. It hadn't changed a great deal from the old one, and as it happens we have the old one with us here for a separate feature. And what they had changed, I really wasn't so sure about. It lost those gorgeous one-piece side blades, while the rear had been stuffed with these vast bits of uninterrupted honeycomb. The whole thing is more angular than the first gen machine, and I'm not sure it's an improvement. But what the car now has is even more presence. It looks angrier, more muscular, and wherever you go, everyone looks. It's like Mickey Rourke after he had that dodgy plastic surgery in the 90s. Sure, he's not a pretty boy anymore, but there's no denying he looks mean as hell.
A supercar should be an experience to drive. It should be loud, it should be fast, and it should be ever so slightly excessive. But more than that, there should be cars that help you create memories that will be with you for the rest of your life. And driving on this road, in this car today, that's something that's going to be etched in my brain forever. And that's why the Audi R8 is positively, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, a true supercar.
So Car Throttle's launched a new Android app. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
This is not a good sign.
Oh no.
And that's the
We've
interior of the vehicle.
more rust.
So
This makes me really sad. I'm going to get rid of it.
I'd leave if I were you.
Oh,
Or just going to make a bigger hole.
Colin's got rust.